hello everyone. Long time no see. Wow, a month is a long time to go without a video. So I'm Carrie, and in case you've forgotten from our last video, this is Maka. She turned 4 months on February 24th. She turned 4 months old. She went to the vet that day. She's gained 6 pounds in 1 month. So she's growing nice and good. She just got back from her first stay at the kennel. Well, it was a dog sitter because she doesn't have all her vaccines, so she can't be in a kennel yet. While I was away, I guess we're doing part of Life Update now. Well, I was down in Indianapolis closing on the sale of my house. So it's done. It's done. Never thought I'd get a chance to say that. Hi, yes, I like you too. I like you too. Are you going to be a camera hog like Lexi was, huh? Are you going to be like your big sister, or do you just want to scritch your ears? You want to scritch your ears. Okay. So I guess I'm going to do the whole Flosstube like this. Just kidding, maybe not. Maka-chin, Maka-Maka-chin. Yeah, you're a good girl. But you're not here to listen to me baby talk to my puppy. Although she definitely adds a cuteness factor that I can't quite bring to the event. So hopefully she'll stick around. But you're here to hear about stitching. Please don't go anywhere. Because if you do, then I have to stop and go chase you. How about you just take a nap? Yeah, you want to just chill? Please? Please? Just lay this end down. I'm especially worried because she appears to be in a play bow. And there she goes. So we're going to hope she stays in this room. Actually, I am going to go ensure she stays in this room. Back in a second. Okay, stitching. Got a lot done because it's been a month. And I'm doing WIPGO, so I have to stitch at least 20 days out of the month. So I did, and I've got a bunch of stuff. Here's my stack of things I want to talk about. So let's go. First of all, if you watched my little Flosstube extra or you keep up with me on Instagram, you know that the week of Valentine's Day, I always do what I call beaches, flamingos, and 5 o'clock somewhere. It's kind of a little thing that I do in memory of my mom, who passed away on Valentine's Day in 2016. And so I just work on a few of her favorite things. And I decided from now on I'm going to use the hashtag BeachyValSal every year. So if you ever want to join in, I'm telling you now, every year from now on, the week of Valentine's Day will be the BeachyValSal. But I worked on 2 projects that week. The first one is a new one, so it was part of my haul as well for the last month. And that is by Barefoot Needle Art, Stitch in the Hand. And it's brand new, so there's no last time I showed it to you or anything like that. I started it this month. It is being done on 16 count frost by Stitch Me. And here is where I've gotten to so far. That's made like 300 to 400 stitches. I only worked on it a few days. But I got to start on it. So that is Stitch in the Hand. The other project I worked on, which I got significantly more done because it was, well, let's be frank, the other one right now I'm in the sign, so I'm doing like 40 stitch long rows of the same color. It's kind of boring right now. It'll get more fun later. Hi, Boo. Oof, just a minute. Okay, I'll help. Do not chew on my hair. Stop it. Anyway, this is by Ink Circles. It was in the one of the Black Needle Society boxes, but it was just now released for Nashville Needlework Market. It is 5 o'clock. And the last time I showed this one to you, here is what it looked like. And I think I got, if not 1,000 stitches, pretty darn close to 1,000 stitches done on this one. So here is where it is at now. Starting to get some of those drinks filled in. Got the clock hand done. Working on page 1 of 4. And I love this one more the more I work on it. So I don't think it's going to be too long. Do not chew on that. Oh boy. Be a good girl. Just lay here. I'll have to find a new setup so that when she does lay here very nicely, like a good girl, which happens very rarely, that you'll be able to see her. But anyway, I don't think this is one that is going to stay in the unworked pile for very long. It's not in my immediate plans, but it's so much fun to stitch. So I really enjoyed working on that one. And it's also a WIPGO call this year, so it'll get at least 1,000 more stitches this year. Next one I worked on is Climbing Goats Designs Wonders of the Hubble Telescope. This is a new SAL this year. My goal was to keep up on it. Didn't even come close. Part 2 has been released, I think, last week, and I haven't even downloaded it yet. But here is all the farther I am on January's. This is done on Mystic Fabrics. It's, or not Mystic, this is Be Stitch Me also. It's a mystery in 16 count Aida. So, I think probably not going to be working on that one too much. I've got my WIPGO calls to work on, and there are just a couple other things I'm more excited about right now. So probably won't even attempt to keep up on that one. Then there were my WIPGO calls. So for this month, they called number, I think it was the first month was, I don't remember what numbers they were. It was funny because they were exactly one off the other one. So like if the first ones were 6 and 10, these were 7 and 11. It was something like that. But the first one that I worked on is Hawk and Yona. And this was charted by me, was charted by Pixel Stitch, based on a still from the anime. And the last time I showed it to you, it's a huge full coverage. Last time I showed it to you, it looked like this. And I got my 10 days, 1,000 stitches in on this one. So now it looks like this. And it still looks like absolutely nothing. And honestly, I have a few other full coverages that I'm more excited about. So this one is going to go back into the closet for the time being. Yeah, because I really want to work on Margarita Dragon and Deal Struck. And having 3 full coverages out and trying to get any progress on any of them is kind of silly when I've got so many other projects going. It'd be different if they were the only 3 I was working on, but they're not. And then the second WIPGO project I had was Clouds Factory, There Is No Planet B, which was the 2021 SAL for Clouds Factory. And the last time I showed this one to you, it looked like this. And I got my 10 days, 1,000 stitches in on this one. Liked working on this one a lot more than I thought I was going to. So it might get pulled out and get some love again at some point during the year. This is done. Now this is the fabric that this is done on. This is interesting. I just learned this the other day in the Facebook group when I saw somebody asking a comment on it. This fabric is called Winter Blues, but if you order Winter Blues from the Be Stitch Me website, this is not what you're gonna get. Because this was a fabric of the month that was called Winter Blues, and then later a different color was developed that was called Winter Blues. And that's the color on the website. So this was just a fabric of the month. If you're really interested in this particular fabric, there was a discussion in the Facebook group, and if you let me know, I can look up what they recommended in place, but I wasn't really paying attention. But anyway, last time I showed it to you, it looked like this. And here's where I'm at now. So I finished all of January finally. That was the okapi and the black-footed ferret, and I've started on the black rhino that was part of February, along with the sea otter. So no plans to work on this in the immediate future, but I had a lot of fun working on it. And it was one that it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I have so many projects on blue fabric that when I'm flipping through them on the hangers in the closet, I don't always see it. But I really love the way that it turned out. Those colors just pop on this fabric, and I'm very happy with it. So that was WIPGO for this month. Then I worked on one other project. It's the project I've kind of been working on. It was a January WIPGO call. And I mentioned I'm gonna go ahead and just keep working on it and get through it. And that is by Waxing Moon Designs Dog Owners Welcome. And I'm doing the double dog here at the bottom. And the last time I showed this one to you, it looked like this. And here is where I am at now. Well, I'll move the needle minder so you can actually see. So the top is done. I've got the eyes and the snoot on this dog to fill out, and then I have to backstitch his paws. And then I've got this dog and the word dogs and the border. I was hoping to get it done by February, but then I stopped working on it completely when I did the Beachy Valsal. So yeah, I would have had it done if I hadn't stopped to do that. So this one will get finished in March, and then I will have a new steady project to work on. I have a possible idea. Don't want to say anything yet. But this is, again, Waxing Moon Designs Dog Owners Welcome. This will be a March finish. And I lied, I do have one other project. This is Mill Hills Saxony Santa. I'm doing this for Stitchy Santa Sunday. Try saying that when your throat's dry. Ugh. And Mill Hill Monday. So, Saxony Santa. And here's where it's at. So, hoping to get this one done in March as well. That might be a wee bit ambitious since I only work on it on Sundays and Mondays, and I probably won't work on it today. So that is what I've worked on since the last time I saw you. What am I going to work on this month? I'm going to finish Dog Owners Welcome. I am going to continue working on a Medieval Santa. And then I don't think I'm going to pull out a project like I've been doing with Dog Owners Welcome. Definitely not one of my February calls is not going to go into the regular rotation. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get extra done on my WIPGO calls for this month. And here's why. One of the squares I picked for WIPGO this year, it was just smalls. So if you saw my WIP parade, you know I've got a whole hanger full of smalls in various stages of completion. So I think my stretch goal is going to be, how many smalls can I get done this month? Can I finish 2 of those? Can I finish 3 of them? 1,000 stitches, I don't even think would finish 1 of them. My normal WIPGO goal is 1,000 stitches or 10 days, whichever I'm able to fit into my schedule, which you'll hear in life updates could potentially be a little crazy. So if I do just the regular WIPGO, I may not even get any done. But I want to at least get 1 done and see if I can get more done. So I just went and grabbed the first small I could off the hanger, and it is one of my quilt pieces. It's Tiny Modernist Words to Live By Part 7, Face the Sunshine. And here is where it is at right now. So at the bare minimum, I want to finish this one. And I would like to see if I can get another 1 or 2 finished. So that is going to be the project I work on second, because I want to get the stitches in on the first one and get it done. And that call is another one of my favorites, which will probably stay in regular rotation. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Cozy Cafe Sal. This was a 2021 Sal, so it's well over. And the last time I showed, well, I don't need to tell you the last time I showed it to you. Here's where it's at right now. Another thing is I love this fabric. This is 16 count Haley's Garden by Mystic Fabrics, and I love it. So here is where it is so far. And yeah, it's going to get at least 1,000 stitches this month. And I'm super excited about that because I love this project and I need to work on it more. So those are the things I want to work on. As I said, I don't think I'm going to have a regular project that I try to work on. I probably won't even work on any of my full coverages. I'm going to get my 1,000 stitches in on Cozy Cafe, and then I'm just going to work smalls for the rest of the month and see what I can get done. So yeah, let's see. Anyway, haul. Oh baby. That's the one problem with being a month off. When I get haul, I have a lot of it to show you. I showed you the one pattern I got, the stitch in the hand, but I got a lot more. But first, let's show you some. These 2 I may have already showed you. I don't know. They were still sitting on the coffee table like they needed to be shown. But they were the February fabrics of the month for Mystic and Stitch Me, so I may have showed you already. But if I didn't, here was Tundra. So pretty. And then, I think I lied, I think this is January's fabric of the month from Stitch Me, because she sends hers around the 20th of the month. It's Mystic bills around the 20th, so for March, I got billed on like February 20th, and then it ships March 1st. Stitch Me, you get billed on the 1st, and then it ships towards the end of the month. So if you've ever wondered why it seems like I'm showing 1 month for Mystic and a different month for Stitch Me, that's why. But here is my 32 count Lugana in Hot Cocoa. So that was the January fabric of the month from Stitch Me for the Neutrals Club. I get the mix, so the following month I get color, and what a color did I get this month. was good at getting my mail, so I already have Marches for both. March is for Mystic, and then my February for Be Stitch Me. So for March, for Mystic Fabrics, this is Time Worn. It's a nice dark neutral with some grays in it. Oh, I love it. I have a hunch this one won't stay in the unused pile very long. It's so pretty. And then my color club for February for Be Stitch Me. This is Sorbet. And isn't that fun? A little bit oranger over there. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, big stack of stuff. So, I had told you that around the beginning of the year, I ordered all of the beads and specialty threads and things I would need to do Bella Filipina's Maguayan and Mirabilia's Moonflower. And a lot of the things were sold out at 123 Stitch. So I hit notify me when back in stock. And they're coming back in stock like one at a time. So I've been getting other stuff because you get a $1.69 pack of beads. You're not going to pay $3.49 shipping for just that. So as things have been coming in, I'm not going to bother showing you like the petite treasure braid that came with this one or anything like that. I'm just going to show you the extra stuff I got. This is by Pickle Barrel Designs. This is one of the new patterns I got. It's called Life is Short. Life is short, go to the beach. Love it, love it, love it. More beachy stuff. Are we surprised? If you are, it's like you've never even met me. Okay, and then I made a huge miscalculation. And one of the patterns I ordered was a new Mira. So this is Nightingale. This one is relatively new. And the reason I say I made a miscalculation is I'm like, I will just get all the fancy flosses and beads for this one while I'm at it. Did I mention it's a new Mira? Do you know how many of the beads and specialty flosses are out of stock for this one? Lots. So I put myself back in the same damn situation where I've got all of these things that were out of stock and I picked notify me when available, and they're all coming in one or two at a time. And so I have to get more stuff. I mean, it's imperative, right? No bead travels alone. No floss travels alone. So I got Satsuma Street's Nevermore Halloween ornament. But Carrie, I'd swear you had this one. I did. I did, and then I didn't. More in life updates. Now this one, I got lucky and two of the things were out of stock and came in at the same time. And since one of them was the Karen Water Lilies, it actually was decently cost effective to get just the things I needed. So no bonus patterns with that one. I got a new piece of fabric. This is Picture This Plus Helix. Did the DNA analyst buy a piece of fabric just because it was called Helix? No comment. And I got Satsuma Street's Night Owl ornament. It's so cute. So those are all of my things I absolutely didn't need, but I kind of did because they were basically just freight. Do I regret it? Mm-mm. And then I have saved my favorite piece of haul for last. I got Forbidden Fibers True Crime Treasure Trove. If you're new here, which I've got like 12 new subscribers in the last month, so holy cow, where'd y'all come from? Let me know. So if I need to thank someone, I would like to make sure that I do that. So however you found me, let me know, especially if it was someone who referred you, so that I can make sure that I get to thank them. But anyway, so if you're new here and you don't really know me yet, I am a forensic DNA analyst, and I love mysteries and true crime so, so much. Sherlock Holmes, the complete Sherlock Holmes, is like in the running for my all-time favorite book. There's about 2 or 3 that if you only let me take one of them with me on a desert isle, I don't know, I would probably have a small breakdown trying to choose. But so I love this box. I mean, it even starts out fun. Like, they shut the tissue with a sticker, True Crime and Stitching. So, first we got stickers. So, sounds suspicious. I'd rather be watching crime shows. It's good time for true crime. Introverted, but willing to discuss true crime. True crime, and then true crime junkie. All of those, very much me. Needle minder. True crime addict. You can't really see that. Stupid glare. A freshie, lemon cream scented, because if you're trying to clean up after your crime, probably gonna smell lemony fresh by the time you get done. Keychain or scissor fob. All of the threads to make this month's pattern. Love these colors. Lemon cream hand sanitizer. A tape measure. Crime scene project bag. With a zipper pull with a knife on the end. Eighth of a yard of fabric to make the pattern for the month. This is Sanguine. A nice dried blood red. And last but not least is the pattern. Crime is common, logic is rare, and the DNA analyst loves the fact that they put the double helices on either side. So I am very excited to stitch this one. Preview of my haul for the next month, like everybody else. My Nashville needlework order is going to be coming in. And I spent a lot of money. I think I spent almost $100 just on silks. So yeah, lots of goodies coming in from Nashville Needlework Market. And there'll probably still be some goodies coming in from 1, 2, 3 stitch as those beads and specialty flosses for the now 3 patterns that I'm trying to keep coming in. So there you have it. That is what I've been working on. That's what I bought. Way too much. There is something else I bought. Well, actually it was a lot of somethings, but I am not going to tell you right now. It's something I'm just starting to think about doing. And I want to try my hand at it and make sure I'm actually going to be able to do it before I start telling everybody that I'm doing it. So I went and bought a bunch of supplies to try to teach myself something new. Stay tuned. Life update. Oh, baby. First of all, why did I have to buy a new Satsuma Street Nevermore? That is a large part of my excitement this month. It's the end of January. I went with my dad to one of his doctor's appointments. And I swear, I remember putting my purse in the back seat of his pickup as I was getting ready to drive us home after we stopped for lunch. Like, I vividly remember doing this. And if you've never listened to, it's Malcolm Gladwell's podcast, and I forget what it's called, Revisionist History. He has he did an episode called Free Brian Williams about the reliability of your memory. Don't push on me. So when I say I vividly remember doing this, I might not have done it. And I don't think I did, because when I got home, the next day I went to go out somewhere and I couldn't find my purse anywhere. I ripped apart I went through the pickup with a fine-tooth comb. I had been out later that evening in my car because it was the week before I got Maka. So I had been out getting some puppy stuff. I went through my car, wasn't in my car. I went through every place I could have possibly left it in the house, and it is not here. And I always take a project with me, whether it's a Mill Hill or a Satsuma Street ornament, something that can just fit in my purse and go with me. On smaller trips, bigger trips, I will pack a project bag with an actual project. But for the smaller ones, I usually just grab a Mill Hill or a Satsuma Street. So Nevermore was in my purse. And then the next day I called the restaurant because I know I had it in the restaurant. And they said nobody turned it in. So whoever found it kept it. Fortunately for me, I usually don't carry a purse. Everything I need is usually in, this is my phone case, and it has slots for cards and my driver's license and all that in it. So this is usually all I carry. So it had a wallet with some of my other credit cards in it, which that wasn't a big deal. I just called and canceled them and got new ones. It had not my medical insurance card, but my dental and my vision. So I got replacements for those. Like I said, ultimately, most of the stuff in there wasn't a big deal. Something that made me sad was my work sent me a gift card for Christmas, a Visa gift card, and that was in there, and it's gone. And the Satsuma Street kit made me kind of sad because that is one of my favorites. But the thing that made it a problem was I lived in a gated community in Indianapolis. The gate remote, the garage door remote, all the spare keys to the condo that weren't in the lockbox, the realtor's lockbox, were in my purse. a month before closing, I lost all of it. So that made things a little bit more challenging. Fortunately, I was able to call the HOA and find out who made the gate remotes for our community. I was able to buy a replacement for that. My realtor took care of replacing the garage door opener since I'm 6 hours away. And then the keys, I mean, they have a key. They can make copies. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I think I only got one key when I moved in. But it was stressful. Oh, it was stressful. Then I got Maka, and she is stress on 4 paws. It's been a long time since I had a puppy. Don't get me wrong, I knew I was in for a lot. But the problem is, some of the things that have worked in the past training my other puppies do not work for her. Like, you know, when they get mouthy and what you're taught to do is you make like a high-pitched noise like, ow, and you go away and don't interact with them. When you do that with Maka, she just gets more excited and more determined, and she starts playing harder. So, and those little milk teeth hurt. So I'm working on trying to find ways to train her that are alternative to what I've done with all my other dogs in the past. You just had to go and be different, didn't you? So she's been a little stressful, but she's also been a lot of fun, and I've missed having a dog in the house so much, and I'm so excited to have her around. And then the biggest thing, this past week, as I'm recording this, it is March 5th. March 1st closed on the sale of the condo. It's done. It is over with. I have enough money to get a new computer. So hopefully the quality of my videos will go up because I won't have to worry about how much memory they're taking up. I will have software that is not editing software that is not 10 years old. And I'm scared to put anything new on it because it's a 10-year-old laptop and it's pretty sad. So I have it picked out. It's in my cart. But I want to go pick it up in person because I want someone to help me transfer the important stuff from this one. So it's going to be a couple weeks until I get time to go down to Lansing to the Apple store, which is the closest one, and pick it up. But new computer, better quality videos, hopefully. I mean, it's still me. But, so yeah, very excited about that. I have one other thing I'm excited about. Boy, I'm being mysterious this time. But it is in the very nascent stages. We're just starting to plan it. So I don't know how much anyone else, like the other people I'm planning it with, want to talk about it. So I've got something else I'm planning. I'm just starting to, but it's not going to happen for a year anyway. I did register for the Great Lakes Stitching Retreat in September over by Port Huron, Michigan. So if you are going to go to that one, I will see you there. And that's about it for life updates. I mean, my house has been largely consuming. Reading, watching, listening to. I just finished, well, I've been in the car a lot, so audiobooks. I listened to Magic and Mosaics, which is the 14th book in the Vampire Knitting Club series. And it's just like all the other ones. It's just a cozy, fun little mystery. I enjoy them. And can't wait for the next one already. Then I started another series. That series is by Nancy Warren. So I started another one of her series. I've already read the Great Witches Baking Contest. So I started the Vampire Book Club. And I just finished book 2 of that one, which is Chapter and Curse. I don't like it as much as Vampire Knitting Club, but I wonder if I had heard them first, if I might have liked them better, because it just kind of feels like it's... I mean, it is a spin-off series from Vampire Knitting Club. It follows one of the peripheral characters in the Vampire Knitting Club, is kind of like one of the main characters of that series. So, if you've ever read Vampire Knitting Club, it's Lachlan Balfour. Is the kind of like the main male character in the book club series. So I'm working my way through right now the Trials of Apollo book 4, The Tyrant's Tomb. I just started it. I'm only a couple hours into it. I joined the Book of the Month Club. And for my first book in February, I got one of January's selections. So it was, it's Queen of Thieves by B.Z. Marsh, I think her name is. I'm only a couple chapters in. It's my bathtub book, and someone isn't letting me take very many relaxing baths lately. So, hopefully I'll get to read some more of it soon. What else? Did I finish one? I don't know if I ever mentioned that I finished, what one was that? The Book of Cold Cases. I really liked that book. It is about a woman who she lives in a small town where the big news in the 70s was this female serial killer. And they thought they caught who did it, but it was never proven, and the woman still lives in town. And she agreed to be interviewed by the main character for her true crime blog, and she's like never spoken about it before. But it's also kind of got a supernatural twist to it. So it was pretty cool, and I enjoyed it. Book of Cold Cases, Simone St. James. I watched the Netflix series on the Murdaugh murders. It was interesting. I watched The Glass Onion finally. I'd been waiting to watch that with my friend, the woodworker, if I've mentioned her before. And she graciously allowed me to stay with her while I was in Indianapolis selling my house. And then I stayed a few extra days. And we had a girls' night in and ordered pizza and watched The Glass Onion. And I really enjoyed it. I like the Knives Out series. I hope they make another one. So that's my reading, watching, listening to. That's about it. Why she likes that with her head hanging off. But she does. It's funny because when the first couple weeks she was here, she didn't judge it properly and she laid too far and she just fell right off. And it was pretty funny. She woke up with a yip and then she looked at the couch like it was the couch's fault. I don't know. So anyway. There she is. She was mercifully uninteractive. So maybe I can get a few minutes of stitching in. Probably not. At any rate, I need to edit this. So until the next time I see you all, stay safe, stay healthy. See you later. Bye.